One. Hello.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wulff Den Live, episode 217, the one where we celebrate the anniversary of the PlayStation 2 and no other video game system. Just the PS2,
Right.
nothing else.
Yes.
No other video game system is important. Nothing else matters. We are celebrating the anniversary of the greatest video game system ever made. Fight me on it. That's it. No one else matters. End of discussion. PS2. Product provided by Sony.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Nightcore 3. Hello, Tariq. Hello, JT Mitchell. Hello, Ouija. Hello, Hyrule Champ. Hello, guy with the hair. Hello, everybody.
Hello, anyone and everyone who is here.
Special hello to the Noob Gaming Experience. Super Saiyan 7, Gene Koff Morales 7, Jason Gardner, Chris Green, and Beth Ann Oxendale for being members here on YouTube. Thank you all so much. So, yesterday was 3 years Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Today is 20 years PlayStation 2.
Correct.
Which is a bigger deal.
Yes. Well, since we are a Switch channel for all intents and purposes, we'll get that out of the way.
Right.
And we'll talk about PlayStation 2. Two Play 2 Station.
So I made a video on, the Nintendo Switch 3 years later. Is it still worth it? I wish I had more time to make that video. I would have done more of like a timeline of what happened throughout the years. But this is a long-form podcast, so guess what? Well, we're doing the whole timeline of what happened, how things went down.
That's why you put like 100 games in here.
I put a lot of notes.
Yeah.
I put a lot of notes. I wrote basically a whole guide for us to talk about. I did some legwork here, Will.
You sure did.
I did some pre-production for this podcast. Thank you very much. So what I didn't put down was what happened before the Switch launched.
Does that really matter?
Yeah, it was heavily speculated that they were going to do a hybrid console.
Right.
And of course that makes perfect sense because the Wii U was like the transitionary thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it failed miserably because no one knew what the hell it was. People thought it was just the Wii or like an add-on to the Wii.
Right.
So it only made sense for them to take that and to just do what everybody wanted, which is make a tablet. So they did. And it was revealed in October 2016?
Yes, I remember it was revealed the same day as the first trailer for Logan.
Really?
Yes,
that
it
long
was.
ago? Jesus.
It was
October 20th, 2016 was when
the
the YouTube
first
video.
trailer for Logan, and I think the first Red Dead 2 trailer.
My God.
It was like all the same day.
So, yeah, October 20th is when we got a look at what the Switch was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in that trailer, we got like a split second of what Mario Odyssey would look like.
Yeah, we got a split.
No, wrong. Oh no, yes. Yeah,
we got a split second of a lot of things. Like we got a split second of Skyrim.
So first was can I show? Yeah, I could show this. First was Skyrim. No, I'm sorry. Not Skyrim. Breath of the Wild.
Correct.
Kind of Skyrim.
Yeah.
We gotta look at the dock. We gotta look at how it docks and whatnot. Then we got this girl. I'm in love with this girl. This girl from the friggin' trailer.
Oh yeah, a lot like
how's
you,
it
babe.
going? How's it going? Then the kickstand. Wow, that never worked for me. And Skyrim on the Switch. That everybody lost their mind about that because that means third-party games and games like Skyrim that are that GPU intensive are going to work.
It was weird because there was obviously Skyrim, but Nintendo and Bethesda were so cagey about the fact that it was Skyrim. Like they didn't officially announce it until I think that year's E3. Or
what type of Skyrim it would be. If it would be the full game, is it like a weird version? But no, it's the full friggin'
full
game.
They don't call it the definitive edition because technically it's not, but
that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's that it wasn't the same one that's on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
it's like its own edition because it's not that GPU intensive.
Right.
But then he continues the game on his computer. There's NBA.
Yeah, NBA 2K. Again, another game that wasn't on the Wii U. I don't even think it was on the original Wii. Nintendo has never really been a sports console powerhouse, but here.
But didn't that game come out and everybody hated it? It wasn't like the Switch version garbage.
You might be thinking of WWE 2K, but I know the Switch version and FIFA.
FIFA was also bad,
but I know that NBA 2K is like noticeably borked on Switch compared to the other systems.
Well, we got our first look at Mario Odyssey, which took a while to come out.
Yeah.
But it was just the Sand Kingdom, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Then a little bit of Splatoon 2, which we also didn't know was coming out.
Right. Everyone thought it was just a port of Splatoon 1.
And yes, I did too. Mm-hmm. And this was like an esports situation, which is funny.
Yeah.
Because there's a really big esports community around Smash Brothers. Not so much Splatoon. I mean, there is a Splatoon esports community, but it's not like this with the freaking arena and whatever.
Yeah,
that's with Smash, and Nintendo has nothing to do with it.
Exactly. Nintendo doesn't really support the esports community the way any other publisher does.
Right. So that was our first look at the Nintendo Switch. It was October 20th.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't until December when we got another look at the Nintendo Switch.
Was December the live stream where all the executives?
That was January.
That was January. Okay.
We got more information in December.
Right.
I don't remember what information we got though. It would be nice if I did more research.
I thought you did the legwork, Bob. I thought you did some pre-production.
I thought I did too.
Well, I mean, there's before the Switch and after the Switch. No one really cares about before. So we could just go right to...
I care, Will.
All right.
There was a bigger trailer, I think, or sometime around December. Nintendo Switch first look. I spelled first super wrong. Hardware overview?
No, because that was the hardware reveal, technically.
All right, well, something happened in December. The next thing after that was the January reveal, where we did a live stream. You can still find it on our channel.
Mm-hmm.
We watched it and talked about it. They revealed everything. The price was a little higher than we projected. We said $250.
Everyone was thinking $250. Retail price, of course, it still is $299. That would probably, I think everyone agreed that's the most it could cost because we knew it was an underpowered system. We knew that the other systems were going to cost or were already out and were costing like $400 or $500 at the time. So in order to stay competitive, it had to come in much lower.
Right. And it's underpowered. But Nintendo always makes a profit on their console sales.
Yes.
So they did have to just squeeze that extra $50 out. So that was a good reveal. They had a lot of games in that reveal.
Yeah.
They did not. Did they show Mario Odyssey there?
Yes.
They also showed Shin Megami Tensei, which is still not out.
Yes. They showed Mario Odyssey, I remember, because it was the first time we saw Cappy.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And then we got our first look at the HD Rumble and all the cool features.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then the game came. The whole Switch came out. Oh, that was when they announced when it's coming out,
when it's coming out, and when Breath of the Wild was coming out,
and what the actual hardware was going to be. And when Breath of the Wild was coming out. So, the launch titles we got on March 3rd in 2017 were Breath of the Wild, which is the big one. That's the one everybody got. That sold so much that it sold more than the Switch did.
Yes. And that is not taking into account the fact that it also came out on the Wii U.
I don't know, though.
I think the count was on Switch, it outsold the Switch itself.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was confused for a second.
Yeah.
I think people were buying it in anticipation for getting the Switch later on,
Right.
or giving it as a gift. So Breath of the Wild was the big one. That's the one everybody got. That's the one everybody should have gotten because it was great. 1-2 Switch, which should have been the Wii Sports.
That should have been a pack-in title. Yes. Absolutely. It's a lot of interesting mini games, and it uses everything in the Switch's hardware like to its fullest, but it's not substantial enough to be a $60 purchase.
Yeah, it was.
And it was a $60 purchase.
It was a hardware demo, really.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Wii Sports was, but Wii Sports was a fantastic game.
Yeah, Wii Sports and Nintendo Land on the Wii U. Both of those were pack-ins.
I would have liked 1-2 Switch more if it was a pack-in game, if it was free, and if it was, the way to. It should have been the way to show off the Switch to your friends.
Right.
I think it would have helped sell more consoles too, but I mean, it didn't really need much help. Although you know what, it didn't like explode at first. The Switch took a while. It was
a slow burn, but it was a steady burn.
It was a slow burn because there weren't any games at first.
Well, we have a whole bunch of launch titles here. There weren't. I mean, aside from Zelda, there weren't like killer apps, and I don't think third parties supported it as nearly as much as they do today.
Well, there were barely any launch titles. I think only 5 or 6 of them actually had physical releases.
Right.
Anyway, 1-2 Switch, which should have been pack-in. Shovel Knight, which, if you haven't played it by then, you got a problem. Skylanders, which was just on freaking everything. Super Bomberman R,
Bob's Game of the Year that year,
which was actually the best launch title. I just had a thing against Zelda. I love Bomberman, and Super Bomberman R is great. It's just another Bomberman game, though. It's not modern at all.
It's good Bomberman, is what it is.
It's just Bomberman. And you know what? Bomberman is amazing if you play it as a multiplayer game.
Oh, absolutely.
Like a little party game. And now if you can get it for cheap, I recommend it. But it's just Bomberman, so it's not like it's a freaking Genesis game. Just Dance 2017.
Okay. Those always sell like hotcakes, and they're still coming out on the original Wii.
Fast RMX. F-Zero. Modern F-Zero.
I forgot this game existed.
Human Resource Machine.
Also forgot that game.
Little Inferno, World of Goo, those are all like jumbled together.
World of Goo is very good.
I Am Setsuna.
Yeah.
And Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips was good.
That was like the sleeper hit of the launch.
Yeah, that was good. That was another good party game. Or a good game to play.
Found out that Snipper Clips, the company that makes it, was founded by 2 guys, and I used to watch their Flash animations on Newgrounds.
Really?
Back when I was in college. Yeah, the Super Flash Brothers.
It wasn't it Capcom?
No, it was who the hell made?
I got it. SFB Games.
Yes, the Super Flash Brothers. They used to be Newgrounds animators, and now they're making video games.
I thought Capcom had something to do with it. Well, that's good for that. What Flash stuff did they do?
They did. I think it was called The Decline of Video Game Series. They did a couple of Matrix parodies that were really funny.
Metal Gear Mayhem.
Yeah. If Newgrounds is still up, go check them out. Super Flash Brothers.
So anyway, there wasn't much at launch. There was not much. Things came out pretty quickly. Like things kind of, I should say, they trickled out after the first week. You know, things were slowly starting to come, but there wasn't much third-party support at all. Developers were very reluctant to put anything on the Switch or put any money into development for the Switch.
Well, because it was an unproven concept, for one. 2, the previous Nintendo console tanked. 3, Nintendo has traditionally not had the best relationship with third parties, and third-party support has never really been Nintendo's strong suit.
Yeah, there was also a lot of naysayers. There was a lot of people saying this type of concept would never work. And look at it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took a while for the Switch to prove itself to third parties, to get people to actually want to develop for it. One developer that showed that they cared was Bethesda.
Yes.
To get Skyrim. I don't know when that eventually came out, but it took a little bit.
It took, yeah, because it didn't come out at launch. I don't think they announced it until the next E3 officially.
They were down though. They showed, hey, we're down to put stuff on here, and that's why Nintendo put them in the trailer, because they were like,
yeah,
we're super down. We don't, because for them it's not very hard. They develop for PC games.
It came out on November 17th, 2017. So that year.
Oh, okay. Just later in the year.
Yeah.
And then they also famously they put Doom on the Switch, which that was like a big deal. That got a lot of other developers to be like, all right, we can do something here.
They announced it at the same time Doom and Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus. And New Colossus hadn't come out yet.
Right.
But Doom was like almost brand new. It was fresh in everybody's mind. And it's an id Software game, so those games are known for being graphical powerhouses. And they're just saying, here it is on the Switch, coming soon. And by the way, a game that hasn't come out yet, Wolfenstein 2, will also be coming to the Switch.
Where are we now? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was the first party game to come out besides Skyrim, Zelda.
Yeah. It was the first party game that I think became like a phenomenon, because everybody who owns a Switch owns Mario Kart to this day. It's like almost required that you get it.
The attach rate is very high.
Yeah.
The attach rate has always been high on Mario Kart, but it is astronomically high here. Yeah. It sold an insane amount more on the Switch than it did on the Wii U.
Right. Well, because there's a lot more Switches than we use.
Yes.
But also, too, that's a good point. It is a port, but it's an enhanced port. And a big thing is they fixed battle mode. Like the tracks are like better suited for that kind of combat.
Battle mode.
Yeah, because on the Wii U, battle mode was just on a regular circular track.
Who plays battle mode?
Battle mode's the best mode.
Get at the racing mode, Will.
No. Battle mode is great. Okay, I used to block for it on N64. Come on, chat, get with me.
It came out originally for the Wii U in 2014.
Yes,
and then it came out on the Switch in 2017 in April. Right. So the next month after the Switch came out, they were demoing it at the Switch event in January, where like a little preview event.
Yeah,
that I snuck into by saying that I was the manager of a GameStop. So yeah, that was a big deal. That's I put down like milestone games.
Yeah,
on here. What is the attach rate for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
I just want to say while you're doing that, Anthony Heim says that Will is 100% right with regards to battle mode, as does Bryce Gangner.
As of May 1st, 2017, which was only a little bit after the game came out, like a few weeks after the game came out, the attach rate for Mario Kart 8 was 45%.
Wow.
So I would imagine now it's over 50. Oh, actually, yes. Here's the Nintendo Life article from 2019, from January 2019. So last year, it says, where are we? Nintendo Switch is seeing record software attach rates with its first-party titles. 47% of Nintendo Switch owners have a copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I thought it said over 50%. Nearly half. Okay. So 47%. 43% had Mario Odyssey. Jeez. And 37% had Smash Bros. Ultimate. So that's a lot. Nintendo always has really great attach rates with their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Mario Kart, the first milestone game.
Yeah.
Switch scarcity. It was hard to get for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Nintendo does that with their consoles. Like the 3DS was hard to get when it came out. The Wii was famously hard to get.
Yeah.
When that came out.
The NES classics, of
the
course.
NES classics. What else? Like, was the GameCube? No, because that didn't sell very well.
No, the GameCube was very easy to get. N64, like in the beginning,
Yeah.
but like but then quickly, like it was easy to get because it wasn't selling like the PlayStation 1 was.
Mm-hmm. What about the DS? That wasn't right.
No,
DS Lite maybe.
The DS didn't take off until like a year or two later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, so Nintendo kind of got people started to say that Nintendo had a problem with manufactured scarcity. They would limit the amount of product that they make in order to kind of drum up hype and make people want to get stuff. I was one of those guys who waited out in the cold to get a Wii.
Right.
I think it was after it came out. It was like way after it came out.
It was within the year because we didn't have anything other than like launch titles.
It was January or February. So when did
it was one of those, yeah.
When did it launch?
It launched in November 2006.
November. It says 2017. Oh, discontinued.
Yeah.
It was discontinued in 2017. It took that long. Jesus Christ. So 2006, November. Okay. Yeah. So I got it in February, I think. It was the coldest day of the year. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Because I was back home from college at that point.
I waited outside for an hour. Mm-hmm. And then I got the Wii. It came with Wii Sports. And I got Wii Play that came with the controller.
Yes.
Yeah. That was another big selling.
That was some controllers. Wii remotes were hard to find for the Wii.
Yeah, because everybody wanted to get as many as possible.
Yeah, you pretty much had to buy Wii Play in order to get a controller.
Joy-Con, weird colors of Joy-Con were hard to get.
Well, at first there was really only the blue and red and black Joy-Cons. So,
and then the Mario Odyssey came out. Oh no, Splatoon might have been first.
Maybe
the Splatoon ones were first, and then the Mario Odyssey ones. And also the Pro Controller was also hard to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a little bit of scarcity with the Switch, but they kind of fixed it like pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't hard to get after a few months. Like within the first few months, it was kind of hard to get. It was hard to find, but they fixed it substantially quicker than all of the other consoles that were a problem for Nintendo.
Yeah,
like the Wii took a while. It took me a few months. It was a few months, and you still couldn't get it anywhere. What was it? The 3DS I think had a problem too.
Yeah.
But no, the Switch it was hard to get at first, probably because the last console didn't do great, so they didn't put a lot of stock into it, you know.
Yeah.
But again, they turned it around pretty quickly and they fixed it. Also, Amiibo was part of the manufactured scarcity thing. Yeah. So yeah, that wasn't too big of a problem. Splatoon 2 was the next milestone game.
Yes.
It's good.
not for Bob, basically.
I was not that into it. Right. It was also I also played that at the like event that was in January that year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really hard for me to figure out how to control it with motion controls.
Yeah.
Now I got the hang of it, but I'm still not good at it. And it's okay. It's an okay game. I can see why people like it.
Right.
But yeah, I'd rather just play like an actual shooter. But yeah, there was a huge cult following. It's kind of fallen off since. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 3 sometime soon.
Really?
Yeah. And that also came with its own console with the Joy-Con colors. That was the first time we got to look at new Joy-Con colors.
Its own special Pro controller.
Yes, that too. That was also a big deal. Next was Sonic Mania.
This is the game that made me buy a Switch.
So yeah, this is not a milestone Switch game.
No, it was a milestone for us. Yeah.
Yes.
So Sonic Mania came out the week of my wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew there was going to be no chance of me playing it, like sitting at home in front of my PS4 or my Xbox One to play this game, unless I got it on Switch so I could play it anywhere. So I did. I bought a Switch when we were on vacation, like in Vegas. Had it shipped
Really?
to the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My father-in-law had to come and get it so that nobody stole it. But yeah, and then I got it and I just sat there and like waited for Sonic Mania to come out. And then I got Sonic Mania. And I played it, on the Switch in portable mode. I played it, on the airplane to my honeymoon and back. And yeah, I've been playing Switch in portable mode ever since.
That was the second game I played at the Switch event in January. The first one I played was Bomberman R.
Of course.
And then the second one was Sonic Mania, because I was very excited about Sonic Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I wanted to play it on the Switch, so I wouldn't want to play it on any other console. And at the time, that was my favorite game for the Switch.
It's a perfect Switch
amazing
game. It really is.
And Sonic Mania Plus, I didn't beat the Plus version, but that was amazing. That was
really
like
fun.
A super fun addition to the game. So if you've never played Sonic Mania, if you've even never played a Sonic game before, I would highly recommend Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
And if you've never played Sonic Mania before, get Plus and go through it that way, because
I
it is a lot
think
of
right
fun.
now it's on sale on the PlayStation Network. But yeah, it's highly recommend it.
The Plus part of the game cycles through all the characters.
Yeah.
While you're playing, so you get a little taste of how everybody plays. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And that was a milestone game for us because it was a great addition to the Switch library that didn't have much.
And a good Sonic game after a couple of years.
Yes. The best Sonic game in a long time.
Yes.
The next milestone game after that is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, I have a little bit of a history with this game.
You sure do.
I absolutely hated the idea of this game.
Yes.
I don't need a Mario strategy game. I don't need Rabbids in my life at all. I don't need Rabbids in my Mario. I think the only reason people went nuts about this game is because there wasn't a Mario game on the Switch.
Right.
This was the first Mario game on the Switch. It was also jank. Like, character models would blip in and out. Like, the cutscenes were all weird.
Yeah.
It's also a strategy game. Like, I don't...
It's specifically like an XCOM style strategy game.
Yeah, Mario's got like an arm cannon. It was weird. That shouldn't happen. But it did, and a lot of people loved it. People went nuts for it. But again, I think it's like a Luigi's Mansion situation. I think people only went nuts for it because there wasn't a Mario game on the console at the time.
Well, now Luigi's Mansion is like a big, major franchise and has a lot of fans around the world, including this guy. So,
they will release a Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2, and people will get it because they were they were desperate before. That desperation created a franchise.
Well, I mean, nobody's desperate for Luigi's Mansion now, but people still get it and play it because they like it. So what's to say that can't happen for Rabbids?
I'm not saying that the next game's gonna be people buying it out of desperation. I'm saying the franchise was created out of desperation. And I hold fast to that.
Yes.
So no, I did not like Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I thought it was stupid. Luigi dabs in it.
He sure does.
That should be enough for you. But people liked it. Then the next milestone game was Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes. An actual milestone game.
That might still be the one that I say everybody should get. Breath of the Wild is also up there. They are neck and neck.
Yeah, but I feel like Mario Odyssey is a little easier for people to understand because it's still a Mario game, and it's very similar to previous Mario games, even though they changed a lot.
So I think Mario Odyssey is more our speed.
Yes.
Breath of the Wild was still amazing, and I enjoyed my time with it. Mm-hmm. And I would recommend that to everybody also. But you should take a look at Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and decide which one's more your speed. Mario Odyssey was more my speed. So I like that slightly more. And I mean, it's been years since those games came out, and they're still probably the number one games I would recommend for your Nintendo Switch if you haven't gotten a Nintendo Switch yet. I love the hell out of Mario Odyssey. I 100%ed it, which I never do ever anymore.
I tried to, and I got to a point where I'm like, nah, I don't need this.
Yeah, I'm an adult. I don't need to do this anymore. It took a long time. It took like 100 hours, but I had a lot of fun the whole way. I kind of miss it. Like I after I beat it, I got sad. Like I wanted to keep playing it. It's such a good game.
I'm just looking right now to see if those games are still in like the top 10, whatever, like best-selling Switch games.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Breath of the Wild is currently the 25th best-selling game on the eShop, according to Nintendo.
Oh, that's pretty low. No, that doesn't. That's fake. Their best-selling ranking isn't real.
It's very weird because the top 5 right now is Doom 3, Animal Crossing, Doom Original, Doom 2, and Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Well, all right.
Well, I think that's because like there were a lot of sales. Like
that's true.
Doom Original was $1 last week,
mm-hmm.
and I didn't get it for some reason.
Because you're stupid. That's stupid.
I bought Doom 3 though.
The next milestone game was Sonic Forces,
which is also currently on the bestseller list.
Oh my god, that game was trash. It's not good. Avoid it at all costs.
Not the best Sonic game, and not as bad as Bob said it was.
I mean, it's bad.
It's not broken though.
It's bad. But you why are you trying to like walk it back? It was bad, right?
I'm not trying to walk it back. It's just that I know how bad Sonic can be.
Just tell me if it's bad, Will.
It's not the best Sonic game.
You're not saying it's bad?
It's bad.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to hear.
It's bad, but it's not the worst Sonic game.
Right. You're just saying that because I said it's probably the worst Sonic game.
Yeah, I didn't hate my time playing it either.
Oh, I did.
I know you did.
I definitely hated it.
But I just know that, maybe I'm biased because I know Sonic can get so much worse.
You only played the demo.
No, I played a lot of your game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't play that. You played like right before a stream or something.
I feel like I played half of it. That game went by.
I didn't
really
even play
quickly.
half of it. I don't think.
I don't know. Well, now I got it for free on PS4.
Oh my god. Next was Doom, baby. Now Doom is actually a milestone game.
Yes. I still think that this is one of the best games on Switch, and also one of the most important games on Switch, because pretty much if they could put this game, because Doom 2016 was, a graphically intense game, one of the best looking games at the time, one of the most hardware intensive games at the time, really fast paced multiplayer as well, and they somehow managed to put it on a system no more powerful than a PS3. There really is no excuse for anybody else out there who says like, oh, we can't put it on the Switch. You can.
This was what got a lot of developers to be like, all right, we can work with this.
Yeah.
I remember there was like, Digital Foundry did a whole thing. It was a big deal. People trying to figure out how the hell they got Doom on the Switch. And it was very simple. It was just, it's a PC version. It's like a low powered PC and that's it.
Yeah.
Just get rid of all the textures, get rid of all the shaders and stuff, and then it runs great.
I mean, you will have to make sacrifices for it, but the game still plays excellent.
It played excellent, which is the most important thing, but it looked good. I mean, it didn't look amazing, but it looked good. That was the only way that I played Doom.
When I first played Doom, I played it on Xbox One, and it played like a great console first-person shooter. It looks great, played great, whatnot. And when I played it on Switch, aside from the fact that I'm playing in portable mode,
you need to talk for a second. My Uber Eats is here.
Okay. When I played it on Switch in portable mode, which I wouldn't recommend unless you have, of course, a satisfied grip. Check out the link in the description because I'm sure Bob put a link to them in the description. It still played like Doom did on the Xbox One. It was the console game that it was supposed to be. Like, yeah, graphically it looked sacrificed, but nothing else was.
And that didn't bother me when I was playing it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you could tell sometimes like there's some garbage textures, but it doesn't matter. As long as the game plays good, that's all that matters.
Yeah. But even from there, like, I don't think you have it on here, but you can probably say Doom is the direct link to games like The Witcher and Mortal Kombat 11 and, definitely Wolfenstein.
Were they all panic button?
No. I don't know who.
Because Panic Button, I think, did the Doom port.
Yeah, Panic Button did the Doom port. I think they also Panic Button does most of them.
Yeah. Well, they did Doom, and that did so good. Everybody was just hiring Panic Button to do everything. So Panic Button did Astro Duel Deluxe. That was, I think, actually just a straight up developed game. Oh, they also did Rocket League. They did Rocket League first. Rocket League was the first port that they did, and then they did Doom. But they did them. Oh no! Wait, no. Hold on. This is all messed up. They did Rocket League on Xbox One, and then they did it on the Switch in November. So that was after or at the same time as they did Doom. So I think Doom was the first one that actually got released.
Well, Doom was definitely the first one that got people to notice them.
Yeah. So they did Doom. They did Wolfenstein, of course. Warframe.
Yeah.
Which is also a very good game. Hob, the definitive edition. Wolfenstein, Youngblood, Doom 3, Torchlight 2, which is also a pretty good game. And I think it's free. And Doom Eternal. So they did less than I thought, but they still did an amazing job on all of those.
Yeah.
What else?
Are
we done with talking about Doom and the ports and whatnot?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can find who developed The Witcher. It's not important, but...
AJ says CD Project Red developed it in-house.
Oh, wow.
So the next thing I have here as a milestone is that everybody started to figure out there's a little Easter egg in the Switch.
Yes.
There was something in there. It was called the freaking Flog emulator.
Yes.
And if you do a certain type of motion on your Switch, the directly to you motion, like a couple times, it would unlock the NES game Golf. And people were saying like this means that there's going to be NES games on the Switch. This is a pathway to virtual console and blah blah blah. But really what it was an Amamori. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
It was an homage to Satoru Iwata because that was the first game that he developed or directed for Nintendo. Was the NES Golf game. I thought this was a myth when it first came out, and there's a video on our channel talking about it because it only worked on the first firmware of the Switch, so version 1.0, and you had to do a certain motion like a few times in order to get it to work, and there was only one video on YouTube of somebody doing it, and everybody was circulating that same one video, so I was like, and then we got our friend just bought a Switch. Yeah. So I had him come over and I did it and I was like, it's not working. I don't understand. So I was like, I don't think this is real. I think everybody's just saying the same thing. So I was like, everybody start sending me videos of you getting this to work. And then people started sending me videos of them getting it to work. And I was like, okay, maybe it isn't a hoax. Maybe it is legit. And then Nintendo patched it out for whatever reason, which I think might have been a mistake. Yeah. Maybe there was some licensing issues. Maybe like a developer hid it and didn't tell anybody, but then they realized there might be licensing issues. Or maybe they realized they wanted this as a way to sell Switch Online. But I don't think it's part of Switch Online. Is it?
Let me check.
Oh, yeah, you could just do it right there.
Yeah. Sorry, my doorbell went off.
Gavin G. Block says you got to have the first model also. I didn't know. Yes. Well, now, yeah. I mean, at the time, there was only one model.
I got to update.
Take your time, Will. Well, anyway.
Keep going.
Next milestone I have on here is the dock controversy.
Oh, boy.
So what happened was Nyko came out. So there weren't a lot of third-party docks.
No, and that's something you would think third parties would, be making because it's such a simple thing.
There was one on Kickstarter. I forgot what it was called. But it was very tiny. It was a nice portable dock. There was some controversy around that because it was a cheap USB-C like HDMI converter that somebody decided to charge like $50 for. But Yeah, Nyko came out with a dock. So did Insignia and a couple of other companies. But the Nyko one decided it was going to brick switches. Nintendo, nobody knew how Nintendo did their power delivery on the Switch. It wasn't using the general USB PD power delivery protocol. It was using some weird bastardization of it. So these third-party companies were trying to figure out how to get it to work. And Nyko did something stupid. Well, actually what happened was Nyko made their dock, and then Nintendo made an update. I think it was version 5 for the Switch.
Yeah.
And that immediately bricked a bunch of Switches that were using the Nyko dock for some reason. And then that scared the hell out of everybody, including me, away from third-party docks forever. I still think that third-party docks, that you should stay away from them because, again, nobody knows how Nintendo actually handles the power delivery. It does some weird things that just end up working anyway, even though they shouldn't. Like, it asks for more, it draws more power than it asks for when it talks to the charger. It's very bizarre. But we learned recently that for a while, the docks were out of stock for some reason. And on Nintendo's official website, if you go to buy a dock from Best Buy, it'll directly link you to the Insignia dock.
Yeah.
So that leads us to believe that Nintendo thinks that the Insignia dock is safe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I think the Skull and Code dock might be safe, but I talked to them, and the email that they sent back to me did not make me feel good at all. They don't know how the Switch asks for power, and they don't know. They just use USB PD. All of these docks just use USB PD, but that's not what the Switch uses. So I still say just get a freaking Switch dock. It's your safest bet. But yeah, that bricked a bunch of Switches.
Yeah.
And didn't look too good for Nyko. And these, it still had an effect to this day. People are still afraid to use Switch docks, including me. Next on here, I have 8-bit Do controllers came out. Those were a big deal. There weren't a lot of 2D games, really just friggin' Sonic.
Yeah. But eventually, you know, we got NES and SNES games on there. And we got the Mega Man collection, the Castlevania collection, the Contra collection.
Right.
Yeah, eventually classic games came to Switch, so...
We also have on here LAN adapter problems. So,
is it really a problem, or was you were skeptical about them, then you changed your mind?
So here's what happened: the LAN adapters were limiting speed.
Mm-hmm.
They were limiting the speed that you can actually get out of the LAN adapter. So, in some cases, your Wi-Fi would be faster than the LAN adapter because the Wi-Fi card was better. Obviously, it would be more stable if you use the LAN adapter, but it wouldn't necessarily be faster. So if you wanted to download a whole game, you might be better off using the Wi-Fi.
Right.
Then, almost a year later, something happened. There was like a stealth update or something, and then all of a sudden, the wired speeds were significantly improved. But there was no hard evidence of that. It's just one day I was like, hey, how come these things are faster now? And a lot of people were reaching out to me being like, yeah, my speeds are faster now. I don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. So it's a thing that happened, but there's no hard evidence. None of the updates say anything about improving the speed of the LAN adapter. So I don't know. But that was a thing that did happen.
Yeah.
Next was Labo.
Yes.
Tell me all of your experience with Labo, Will.
Watching you put some of it together and playing the piano. Oh, and that video piano? John Carpenter made where he tries to play the Halloween theme using a Labo piano.
Yes.
And he calls it a bad word.
Labo is interesting. I think it was really cool. It's a cool idea for Nintendo. It's a nice little educational tool. Mm-hmm. It's too much. It takes way too long to build one of those things. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
If you buy the the basic kit with all the stuff with the piano, you got like freaking 20 hours of building to do. So do it if you got kids and you want to occupy them.
I will say that Labo is significantly cheaper now than it was at launch.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, it was like $80.
Yeah.
And just don't even bother with the robot kit.
Yeah.
Unless you love Labo so much that you want to.
Which is funny because of all the Labo kits, that's the one I would have gotten.
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh, and then we learned about Resident Evil 7, the stream version in Japan.
Yes, in Japan, it's become popular for certain games. First with Resident Evil 7, and then Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then I can never remember the next game that they did this with. But instead of porting it over to the Switch, they would just have a streaming version that you could play in the cloud, sort of like a pseudo Stadia xCloud type situation.
Yeah, and it was a Japan-only thing.
Yes.
So we didn't actually get it here in America. But you could play it. You could, just use a Japanese eShop account and do it.
Yeah.
But supposedly it ran great. Japan has a much better internet infrastructure than we have here in the States.
Yes.
That's why it works there.
Mm-hmm.
I could see problems arising if they do it here in the States. Here in New York, it would probably be fine because the internet's great. But if you're out in the sticks, I could see maybe there'd be some connection issues.
Yeah.
But that made me think the future is going to be streaming stuff. And I still think that. I mean, more stuff came out after that because that was pretty successful, at least in Japan. Yeah. I think when the new consoles come out, we're going to see some weird streaming services come out on the Switch.
Hopefully better than Stadia.
Yes.
Also, I just want to note, golf is not on NES Switch Online.
Interesting.
But NES Open is.
Ah, okay. I mean, maybe they're saving it for a future release.
I don't know.
They need some games, dude.
Golf is a black box game. That should have been one of the first games they put out. Also, I noticed that Star Tropics is on there, but not Star Tropics 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, why? That's a Nintendo-owned game. That should be on there already.
They're saving it. They're pocketing it for a big
what?
Event.
Nobody even knows Star Tropics 2 is a game.
The last NES launch was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Fortnite released on the Switch. Will, that was an E3 thing. It dropped the same day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big deal because it was a major game.
Yes.
And they announced it was cross-play. And your stuff carried over?
Yes. It was cross-play and your stuff carried over. However, that only applied for systems that were not the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, and there was a lot of weird stuff happening. You couldn't... I got locked out of my account somehow because I started it on my PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I had a lot of problems with that. But Fortnite, I think, was a big reason why cross-play has been implemented in a lot of games. Because there's a lot of controversy around that.
I would say it's the reason.
Yeah.
Fortnite's the biggest game on the planet still. And now you have a version that comes along. It's on every platform available right now. And they started to implement a feature where you can play against people on other systems. That wasn't necessarily a big deal, when you had PlayStation and Xbox, because by nature, those are two systems that kept things separate from each other. But now you have the Switch coming into the picture, and you can play against people on other systems with your Switch, except the PS4.
Yeah, and everyone pointed fingers at PlayStation when that happened.
Yeah, because people started to realize that, if it's possible, everybody should do it.
Yeah. And it made everything better for everybody.
Yeah.
Now things are a little weird. They've changed Fortnite a little bit, so it doesn't automatically matchmake you with people on other consoles.
Yeah.
If you're on the Switch, it automatically matchmakes you with mobile game players because the frame rate is low. It's 30 frames instead of 60 frames per second. And the DPS is tied to the frame rate. So the amount of damage that you output is directly tied to the frame rate. So if you have a low frame rate console like the Nintendo Switch, you will play worse. You have a disadvantage. You can still play against people who, like, you could play with your friends who are on PlayStation 4 or on PC. You will just do less damage. Unless they fixed it. I don't know if they did. But yeah, if you play on Switch right now, it'll automatically matchmake you with people who are on mobile. And it is significantly easier because most people are on mobile and they all suck on mobile.
Yeah.
So if you play on your Switch, you will probably do pretty good. The next one was Switch Online. This is a big deal. Everybody hated it and everybody downvoted everything that was Switch Online related content on YouTube.
So Switch Online was a weird beast because Switch Online was basically their answer to Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus, where, you know, it's a subscription fee. You get access to multiplayer games, chat features, NES games, and Super Nintendo games. The thing is, though, multiplayer had been free up until this point. So,
Yes.
and now you had to start paying to use it. So they basically took away a feature and started making you pay to use it,
including games like Mario Kart.
Yes. Well, yeah, especially Mario Kart, eventually Smash Brothers, Splatoon. So that's one reason why people don't like it. The other reason why people don't like it is because it effectively killed Virtual Console, and now
or the hope of Virtual Console.
Right. So any classic games you want to play, you have to play through the NES app or the Super NES app, and it's not a robust library of games. It's not updated very often. A lot of people don't want a Netflix style selection. They want to just buy certain games and own them forever. Yeah, so people don't like it. And you have to use a stupid app on your phone to talk to people.
Yes. There was a lot of hope of a Virtual Console coming out on the Switch. People really wanted to play their retro games on the Switch. And people were super upset when they saw this all of a sudden. And you could kind of tell that something was weird because a lot of third-party developers were taking their retro games and putting them on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like Sega, Neo Geo was doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It was like, why are they doing this if there's going to be a Virtual Console? And obviously there was not going to be a Virtual Console. So we got NES Online, which is cool. We got 20 free games if you have Nintendo Switch Online. It's only $4 a month. And
something like that.
$20 for the whole year. So it's not expensive, especially when you compare it to the other consoles. But it's also not as robust as the other consoles. The voice chat is very lacking. It's very dumb that it has to be on a phone. And it's still like that. None of the third-party developers utilize that. They just use the Switch headphone jack, which is the best way to do it. We also save data cloud backups and stuff. But look at that like to dislike ratio. I think it was worse when this video dropped, but it's 18,000 likes and 80,000 dislikes. So it's pretty harsh. And then every time you talk about Nintendo Switch Online at all in any capacity, the video will get downvote bombed.
Well, good thing we're stopping talking about that now.
Yeah. But the NES selection was good.
Yeah.
When it came out. The problem is there's not many great NES games. There's a lot of crap. Yeah, thanks for agreeing with me, Will.
Yeah, no, I don't. I hard don't, but whatever.
Next, Pokemon Let's Go. And the Pokeball Plus.
Yes.
That was a big deal. People were also very upset about this game because it used the Pokemon Go sort of mechanics to catch Pokemon. It was like a weird Pokemon Go hybrid. But
yeah.
I was a big fan because I'm a big fan of the first generation. And that was the game that was the last freaking Pokemon game that I actually beat.
Yeah. I think people are just upset because Let's Go is a stopgap. You know, it wasn't the true next-gen Pokemon game that everybody knew was coming. It was this weird sort of half-step, like a remake of the first game that like didn't connect to anything else, and was like super basic for like people who've never played Pokemon before, played video games before.
It was also the first home console Pokemon game, like full-fledged Pokemon game.
True.
But yeah, people wanted this big, grand Pokemon game, and instead they got like a half-baked remake.
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, it worked really good. It was a little annoying to have to capture every single Pokemon with a motion control, but it was fun. The Pokeball Plus was fun. I carried that around with me all the time at the time, and it was fun. And I had my little Mew in it, and I was getting an insane amount of XP when I took it out. It was a good game to screw around with. I think it's still one of my most played Switch games, even though the new game's out. But I spent more in that because I was trying to shiny hunt and stuff.
Right.
But it was a great game, and I still recommend it. You barely played it, right?
Yeah, no, because I got bored with it because I feel like this is just the same Pokemon game I played years ago. Sword and Shield, like it feels new and different, even though it's very similar. So
yeah, Sword and Shield is a better game.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you grew up with the first generation of Pokemon, you might have a better nostalgic connection with this.
I mean, I appreciate it for what it is, but I feel like I'm getting my money's worth with Sword and Shield as compared to Let's Go.
It's a significantly better game.
Yeah.
The next milestone game was Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is probably my most played game on the Switch. I love it so much. It is amazing.
It is a very good game. BS that you have to unlock every character, but them the breaks.
Yeah, I unlocked them pretty quickly. But I also just had fun fighting the CPU for a while.
Right.
So there should have been a more fun way to unlock characters.
Yeah.
Like in all the other Smash Brothers games, I used to just do classic mode and fire through that with all the characters, just rapid fire, do that because it was just fun. There should have been a way to do that and unlock characters quickly. Mm-hmm. Instead, I would just play a CPU battle, back out, play a CPU battle, back out.
Or what the hell is the name of their the World of Light or whatever? Yeah. Have that be shorter.
Yeah, that was insanely long.
That's ridiculous.
It was insanely long, and also not compared to the Subspace Emissary. It wasn't really that great. But there is an insane amount of content in Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, in
Smash Ultimate, there is a lot going on in there, and I only play online. That's all I do. I only do one part of the game.
And there's still more to come.
I only play one character out of the 80 that's in there. And it's we're getting a Fighter Pass 2. We already got 5 characters. 6?
Yeah.
If you include Piranha Plant, I think.
Yeah, Piranha Plant's included in that.
So wait, is he part of the 5 or is he the 6th?
Yeah, I think he's part of the 5. Oh look.
I'm doing it already.
All right, fine.
When you type in Smash Bros. DLC characters, it shows on the top Joker, Doom Guy, Waluigi, Gino, which is not true. He is not part of the 5. He is the 6th. You got Piranha Plant, Joker, Hero, Banjo-Kazooie, Terry, Byleth. I don't think you can get Piranha Plant anymore.
No,
it was like a pre-order thing.
You have to buy Piranha Plant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that game's amazing. It's also the highest selling fighting game now.
Yes.
That's how big of a deal it is. And the esports are great. It's like the only esport I watch. Mm-hmm. But Nintendo doesn't support it very well.
Yes.
Next on this list is Super Mario Maker 2. That game's only important to me. I love it. It's great. It's a pain in the ass because the online's not that good. Yeah. But it's a very good game. I was expecting it to blow up more than it did. I think they really screwed the pooch by having an endless run, an endless single player, and instead of having 100 Mario challenge like they did in the previous game. Because there's no ending. There's no definitive end. There's no goal to reach for, you know?
Yeah.
It just feels endless. You don't even have this game.
I do not.
Me singing its praises wasn't enough for you?
I mean, I played Mario Maker 1.
Cool, man.
Basically the same game. Let's be real here. I think that's why it didn't do as well as people thought it would, because everybody who would have played it on Wii U. I don't know if the idea of a Mario Maker is as universal as everybody thought it was.
I think it might have done better if it was just a port, to be completely honest.
I mean, on the Wii U, it was a big fish in a small pond. Now it has to compete with like all these other games.
Yes. Also, they screw up the marketing because
yes,
I don't think the biggest deal is making the levels. I think the biggest deal is playing endless amounts of Mario levels, and some that are way harder than they ever would be.
Well, yeah, but where do those levels come from?
Right.
People make them.
Right, but I made one level in Mario Maker 2, you know?
Right.
I spent all the rest of my time playing other people's levels.
Well,
that is the fun.
You made one level, but I'm sure there are people out there who played Mario Maker who buy it to make levels.
Yes.
They enjoy making levels.
Yes, but I think more people would buy it just to play levels. And I think they should have shown that more in the marketing. That because most people who talk about the game and say they don't want it is, I'm never going to make a level. But that's not why you buy the game.
Right.
You buy the game to play all the weird, wacky creations people make. Because it's just a Mario game, but it's like the weirdest Mario game you'll ever play.
Right. But I think you have to emphasize the fact that you're going to be playing levels made by other people.
Yeah.
So these are going to be weird. Some of them are going to be broken and unplayable, but that's what the gimmick is. You can't leave that part out of the marketing.
That part of the marketing was cool. Like, they'd always show all the stuff you could do to make levels in the very beginning of the trailers, and then at the end they show all the weird, wacky creations people make. I think they should start with the weird, wacky creations people make, and then show all the building stuff for all the nerds.
Yeah.
Get all the normies out of the way, and then get to the nerds.
Right.
Because people love friggin' Super Mario U Deluxe or whatever.
That game's huge, yeah.
That game's huge, and that game is not as good as Mario Maker. That game, I think, might have sold more.
Oh, it definitely did.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, we also got SNES games.
Same deal.
Same deal. I think we got better games for that.
But this was the start of Nintendo saying, we're not going to release 3 games a month anymore. We're going to release new games for NES and SNES whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, they also severely limited the amount of releases, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And people still hated this. But it came with Star Fox 2, right?
Yeah, eventually.
That's true, eventually.
Yeah.
Then we got the Switch Lite, which surprised everybody.
Yes.
Everybody was waiting for a Switch Pro.
Well, the rumors is always like either a Switch Pro or a portable-only Switch. And everybody really wanted the Switch Pro, and Nintendo's like, nope, you're getting the portable-only one.
I don't know if people actually want the Switch Pro. I think people just want to say that they do.
Yeah.
The Switch Lite was cool. It was a good idea. I know a lot of people who only play the Switch in portable mode. Yeah, you're one of them. So I think like 50% of people only play it in portable mode. So I think it's a great idea to have just a portable only one, and it's $100 cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's just as powerful. You're just not playing it with a dock.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't come with a dock, so that saves a little bit of money. And it's slightly smaller. It's a great addition. The only problem is being able to juggle between the Switch Lite and the regular Switch is kind of a nightmare. Because the saves don't transfer. One has to be a primary, one has to be a secondary. I had a problem where we were going to PAX because at the Stream Pod, there was no internet for the console. So I wouldn't have been able to play my games on my Switch and stream them at the same time. I had to have my roommate deactivate my Switch Lite. So that was a pain in the ass. I also have Ring Fit Adventure on here, which wasn't that big of a deal. It was a great game.
Everybody thought it was going to be a big deal, but it kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, it wasn't like the Wii Fit.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It didn't have the same sort of general appeal, I guess. Mm-hmm. I guess the balance. I guess at the same time, like yoga was like huge.
Yeah.
And like those mats were like a big deal.
Also, like Wii Fit was pretty much just an exercise software.
Right.
Ring Fit Adventure is an actual video game.
Yeah, they market it more as an adventure, the adventure mode, you know?
Yeah.
But there are exercise. You could just do the exercises. And there are a lot of Wii Fit-like stuff, like ways to track your like strength and
also,
and stuff
too,
like that.
Remember, the Wii was very unique in that it was marketed towards, like a lot of people, older people, like seniors and parents and people like that who don't typically play video games, but who are the type of people who get exercise equipment and like little sports mini games.
Yeah,
like that did well on the Wii. The Switch is more of a traditional video game system, so something like an exercise game isn't going to do nearly as well.
So the Wii had like wellness like stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like it was put in old folks' homes to get them to move around and play bowling.
Yeah.
And then the Wii Fit came out, and everyone's like, "Yo, this is great. This will get me moving around." It became like a wellness thing, and Nintendo has its own like health department for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's probably where the Wii Fit, the Ring Fit Adventure idea came from.
Yeah.
But the Switch isn't marketed like that. I think if 1-2 Switch was a pack-in title, it might be a little different.
Maybe.
But yeah, Ring Fit Adventure is more of a game. So I don't think it has the same wide appeal, but it's still good. It was good. It was good.
It reminds me kind of like when the Xbox One was coming out, and even before with the 360 with Kinect.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft was pushing like health and fitness stuff too. Like for Xbox One, they were really going to have like an app that did fitness. Like they got Jillian Michaels to sign on and do like exercise crap, but everybody was like, "Who are you kidding? Who are you trying to be? You're the Halo system."
Just Kinect. Everybody was trying to hop on the motion control train.
Yeah,
and it just did not work.
Yeah.
The next big milestone game was Pokemon Sword and Shield. Game was amazing. It was great.
Game was very good.
Lots of controversy.
Of course, because people can't accept the way things are.
This is the game everybody wanted.
It's the game everybody wanted, but when they got it, it apparently wasn't anymore.
Their expectations weren't met.
Here's this just came to me, and I can't believe I'm going to do this.
Uh-oh.
The Last
You're
Jedi.
Gonna say a slur. Oh
no,
yeah, you did. You just did.
So you know how at the end Luke faces down the First Order by himself, and you are upset with it because he didn't crush an A2M6 with his hands using the Force. But I say it's great because he did exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. He just did it in a way we weren't expecting.
Okay.
That's Pokemon Sword and Shield. It is exactly the game we want it to be. It's doing it in a way we weren't expecting it to. People expected like the big badass.
This is
Pokemon
exactly
game.
What I expected from a Pokemon game. I just thought
maybe not you, but like everybody who's mad at it expected Skyrim with cute animals.
Right. I was expecting the whole Dex, the whole Pokedex to be in it, or at least available to come in.
Yeah.
But I was expecting these types of graphics and stuff. And the graphics are a big sticking point for a lot of people because the tree textures, oh my God, look at that.
Oh my God, the trees and the shadows are different.
It's a beautiful game.
It is a very nice looking game.
And yeah, not all the Pokemon are in it, but it's still a big game. And it's the first actual mainline new Pokemon game on a home console. And it is really, really, really good. And it's got freaking like MMO features. It's got raid battles and stuff. It's awesome. It's an awesome game. It's what we needed from for the next evolution of Pokemon games. It's not like they were just gonna flip a switch and then just have freaking Skyrim meets Pokemon.
Yeah.
This was a slow evolution. It was actually, I think, a pretty big leap, but in a lot of people's eyes because it's not freaking Skyrim level graphics. I think it's not that big of a leap. But it's amazing. It's a great game. I think it's a great thing for the world of Pokemon.
Yes.
The next milestone game is Animal Crossing. It's not out yet.
Yeah, but it looks like the next big thing. You played it at PAX. There's a video on it. Check it out on the channel, youtube.com/Wulff Den.
I feel like I didn't get enough time to have any thoughts on it.
The problem with Animal Crossing is a game that you can't really play in like a one sitting.
Yes.
It's a game you have to keep coming back to.
Yes. And then we don't know what the hell the next milestone game is going to be after Animal Crossing. We have no idea. Probably Breath of the Wild 2, maybe Metroid Prime 4, with somebody in the chat keeps freaking screaming Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. Yes, we all want Metroid Prime 4, but
oh yeah, that's another thing that happened was that Metroid Prime 4 got delayed.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yes.
That's the history of the Nintendo Switch, everything we've learned, and we don't know the future.
No.
I wish I could project, but we literally don't know anything.
Really
there hasn't
don't.
been a Nintendo Direct with more than just one game in 6 months.
But even though we don't know the future, I think the Nintendo Switch has a pretty solid history up to this point.
It's still selling an insane amount.
It's still selling very well.
I think it dipped a little, the sales, but that's understandable because nothing's coming out.
There are thousands of games available for it. Many of them very good.
Just under 3,000 games.
Yes. Some of them, there are a lot of ports, but, they're games that people genuinely enjoy. There are ports of games you might have missed the first time around. You can pick them up again now.
There are ports of games that you would probably prefer playing portably.
Yes.
Still my favorite console. Great times to be had in the future on the Switch.
Yes. And here's hoping that whatever Nintendo does, like Switch 2, Switch Pro, whatever, it keeps the same momentum going that the original Switch currently has.
I'm starting to think there's a reason why they haven't announced anything. Like maybe something is going to happen. Like they're going to announce some weird initiative or some weird thing. I don't know exactly what it would be. I don't think it's a Switch Pro, and I don't think it's a brand new console. But something weird's up brewing, I think. That's it. That's happy 3-year birthday. Now, let's get to these super chats that we've been putting off.
Yeah.
We got Derek W with $2. Corona is spreading around me. Nice knowing you. See ya.
All right, have fun.
I was just at the PAX East video game convention.
Yeah.
And I was shaking hands with everybody. I was washing my hands as much as I could, Purelling them, which everybody's saying doesn't work, but it's still better than not doing anything.
They say if you're going to use Purell, you have to use it in conjunction with washing your hands.
Yeah.
Like it's a good temporary fix.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
There was Purell everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There was also guys, there were enforcers at PAX whose job was to stand by the escalator and just rub down the handrail.
Wow.
At every escalator. So yeah, I told Mom that I was like shaking hands with everybody. I was hugging and kissing everybody. And she goes, "Oh, well, I mean, 30 years. Not many people get to live that long. So you did good."
That's how we talk in the Wulff household to each other.
Deku Martin with $2. Shout out to all the cute boys. People really like that. Our friend Jerry does not like that because he's trying to pitch a show called Cute Boy Pizza Roll. He thinks that I stole Cute Boys from him.
Oh, Jerry.
Mystic Ninja 205. Thank you for being a member here on YouTube. Sardi, thank you for the $2. I'm with Will. Battle mode is the best Mario Kart. You guys are weird.
Thank you.
Don't listen to Sardi. They main Peach. Ken Toulouse, thank you for being a member here on YouTube. Speedy Gonzalez with £5.
Yeah.
Says, hey guys, happy birthday Switch. Do you think Square Enix will ever re-release Chrono Trigger? I want it so much I could puke.
Yeah, I don't see why not. They've re-released it in the past, and I know like there's a version on the 3DS that's like the definitive version, I'd say. So yeah, I think you just gotta be patient. They put everything else on the Switch, all the Final Fantasy games, so Chrono Trigger should be soonish, I would imagine.
They re-released it on PC.
Yeah. The problem is when they re-release Chrono Trigger, it's been like weird types of ports. Like the font doesn't add up right, or like the graphics are kind of bad, things like that.
I thought it was released on the Japanese SNES Classic.
I think it was.
No, I don't know. I'm not seeing information on it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think it was. All right. Well, anyway, where am I? Captain Tempest with donated $2. Hey, Wulff Bros, just got my Satisfy Grip bundle in the mail today, and this is the real deal. Feels comfortable and durable. Thanks for the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you
for supporting the channel through our sponsors, and also knowing that we don't F around.
Nope.
When we talk about a sponsorship, we actually like whatever we talk about.
Yes.
Speedy Gonzalez with another £2. Lots of people want a Pokemon Sword and Shield to be Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yes.
Yeah, basically. Breath of the Wild is pretty much just Skyrim, but less Skyrim-y.
Yeah, people wanted that big open world, and you know what? We got a big open area.
Baby steps.
The wild area. Deku Martin with $2. Hey Bob, Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle?
Charmander.
Pick Squirtle.
Charmander. The answer
Squirtle.
is Charmander. You're an idiot if you pick anything else. The answer is Charmander. It's always Charmander. Charmander's the best because he turns into Charizard, who is also the best.
Although I have to fight AJ's Squirtle a lot, so I might be rolling back on that Squirtle. Chi-Chi Zekitty with 20 DKK.
Donkey Kong coins.
Even after 1.5 years was late, Breath of the Wild is best game.
I was like
recently playing it, right?
I forgot when I got it, but I got it well after everybody else did.
I was shocked whenever I was playing something and I would see Will's online playing Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
How far did you get in it? Because I only got to like the second Divine Beast.
I got up to the Divine Beast.
I beat the second Divine Beast, and that was
I didn't face any of them yet because I got nervous. So I went back and I like tried to like upgrade my gear and like try to get stuff to help me face them.
Right.
Because I hate in video games when, especially like RPGs or adventure games, where you get to a point but you're clearly not powerful enough to move forward. So you have to go back and try to, upgrade yourself.
Right.
So I'm trying to do that now. I was doing that in Breath of the Wild before I moved on to whatever the hell I played next. And DKK is a Danish krone.
Oh, thank you for the Danish krone.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the PlayStation anniversary.
Yes.
The next anniversary that we have.
So today, March 4th, is the 20th anniversary of the release of the PlayStation 2 in Japan. It came out in North America and around the world not too long after, I don't think.
What is my favorite PlayStation 2 game? So here's the thing with us.
Yeah.
We had a GameCube.
We had a GameCube for the longest time.
That was our intro into this generation of console.
Yes.
We didn't get a PlayStation 2 until way later.
I want to say 2004.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was only 2 years before the PS3.
Yeah, it was different back then because, we didn't have work, so we could play whenever we wanted.
And a lot of multi-platform games came out for both.
Yes, but also, too, there weren't as many games, I don't think. So you can play through, like, a lot of games in a really quick period of time back then. Like, everybody played the same games.
GameCube focused pretty hard on power.
Yeah.
It was weird for Nintendo. I mean, well, at the time, Nintendo was doing that, and then the Wii came out, and they were like, "Forget it, we're going back. Yeah. We're reeling back. We're gonna stop trying to compete." And also, the GameCube was a huge failure for Nintendo.
Yes,
it was a great system.
Yeah, and many people remember it more fondly than the original Xbox or even the PS2. But
right,
the PS2, I believe, is still the best-selling video game system of all time, with 155 million units sold.
It was a huge deal.
Yeah.
It was a huge deal. It was a big thing for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know what my favorite game would be. Tony Hawk, pretty good, but I think Tony Hawk 2 is my favorite Tony Hawk game.
That's a PlayStation 1.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, Tony Hawk 3 and Tony Hawk's Underground were a PS2, and those are my two favorites. Resident Evil 4 eventually came to the PS2, so there's that. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3.
Yes.
Oh,
that's it. 3 is my favorite PS2 game. Metal Gear Solid 3.
I think I eventually bought a PS2 because we were playing Twin Snakes alone on GameCube. And finally I was just like, let's just buy a PS2 and play Sons of Liberty, damn it. So I did that. It was worth it.
We have Half-Life on PlayStation 2?
I bought it years later.
Wow.
Yeah, because I currently don't have a way to play the original Half-Life. Also, Half-Life on PS2 comes with a PS2 exclusive co-op mode, Day of Decay.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like a good way to play that game.
Yeah.
Also, probably runner-up for best game on the PlayStation 2, Burnout 3 Takedown and Burnout Revenge.
Yes.
I lumped them together because they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, those are still two of the best racing games ever, and they still look incredible.
They look incredible and play really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of other amazing games for PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
SOCOM was another big online game that a lot of people played. That was a big splash in the gaming world when that came out.
Yeah. I know, of course, the Grand Theft Auto series, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, pretty much made the PlayStation 2 the biggest selling system ever.
2 came out for PlayStation 2? I mean, 3 came out for PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Wow. We only played San Andreas.
Well, we played 3 and Vice City at like friend houses and stuff. It was inescapable. But when we bought our PS2, that was the year San Andreas came out, so we figured just buy that.
Yeah, San Andreas. I liked running around and just beating people up. But
San Andreas is a lot like Red Dead Redemption 2, in that it makes you do a lot of like meaningless crap.
Right. Yeah, I lost interest pretty quickly in the story.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5 were the only ones that I ever beat.
Yeah.
There's also some great Mega Man games. I was actually a fan of Mega Man X8.
Yeah.
I didn't beat it, but I had a good time with it.
This was also the system that Guitar Hero launched on. Guitar Hero 1 and 2 were big successes. Big, like the most popular party game for years.
So I had a good time with our PS2. I probably played, again, the biggest ones. Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
And 2. I played 2, but 3 I had more fun with. And Burnout. I played a lot of Burnout.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that we played in that generation was on GameCube. We would usually get the GameCube version.
Well, I'm looking through now. The Devil May Cry trilogy on PlayStation 2. I played a lot of that. Those games are fantastic. Mm-hmm. Not so much 2, but 1 and 3 definitely are.
Well, one of the best games of the generation was Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
And that was a GameCube.
Debuted on GameCube, eventually came to PS2.
Right.
Onimusha, along the lines though, Onimusha Warlords, which is basically Resident Evil in samurai era Japan.
Right.
That game is fantastic. I love that game.
That was good.
Spider-Man 2. You're the sexiest people.
That might be the first thing that the stream hears back. Anyway,
Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game for PS2. That game is fantastic. Doesn't hold up very well, but
Spider-Man 2 was a big deal for the PlayStation 2.
Because it was around the era where every game was trying to rip off Grand Theft Auto, and Spider-Man 2 was one of the few to do it in a very smart and unique way.
Yeah, and the web slinging mechanics were a huge deal. Mm-hmm. So much so the guy tried to kickstart his own web slinging game, but I don't know if that even ended up working out.
It was successful, but I don't know what happened to that game. I'm trying to. Silent Hill 2 came out on PS2, and I know that's everybody's favorite survival horror game. I played it years later, and I couldn't get into it. Maybe I need to try again.
I think it's just too late. Something like that. And they also came out with the Slim PlayStation 2.
Yes. Not the first time they revamped a console, but that was like one of the first times they did it in the middle of the system's life cycle. And people, even if they owned a PlayStation 2 beforehand, they went out and bought a PS2 Slim.
It was a significantly better version.
Yes.
It was faster. A lot of people had issues with like their disk drives and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, people played so much PlayStation 2 that they just wanted a better experience. You know?
Yeah. Also, this had because the PlayStation 2 was the first PlayStation to be online capable, but the original fat model, this bad boy right here, you had to buy a modem adapter. Mm-hmm. The Slim model had the modem built in. So you just plug an Ethernet jack in there and you're good.
It was way better. It was a way better system.
Yeah,
Didn't it have a different CD drive and stuff?
It was a top loader CD drive.
Right, but wasn't it something different about the laser in it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Like it could play certain PlayStation 1 games that the other one couldn't?
No. Well, that's one of the things about the PS2 was backwards compatible with every PlayStation game at the time, PS1 and PS2.
Mm-hmm.
The Slim model, like later renditions of the Slim model, took out the PlayStation 1 processor and emulated them software
Okay.
based. It still played everything though.
Wasn't there an issue with black discs, or was that PlayStation 3?
No, so the PS2 games came in two forms: blue discs and clear discs.
Mm-hmm.
The blue discs were CD-ROMs. The clear discs were DVDs. And because the CD-ROMs were lighter, there wasn't enough weight to hold them down, so that it didn't read properly. The grips didn't catch them, and the laser couldn't read them properly. Later renditions of the PlayStation fixed that, but I know that's an issue in some cases.
All right, well, how do you rank the PlayStation 2 in all the consoles?
Towards the top, like top 5, absolutely. Because it wasn't just like a revolutionary game console. It was a revolution in terms of like games as entertainment. This was a lot of people's first DVD player.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true. That's a big deal. At the time, it was cheaper than DVD players.
Yeah. So for $300, when DVD players were a lot more than that, you got a DVD player and a video game system, and it was a DVD player right out of the box. You didn't have to do anything. You just put the DVD in and you were good to go.
That was a big knock against the GameCube. That was a big reason to get the PS2 instead of the GameCube.
And against the original Xbox, because the original Xbox could play DVDs, but you had to buy a remote for it in order to unlock that feature.
The GameCube ended up having a DVD attachment, right? And then they had the Philips version.
No, the GameCube was the Panasonic Q was a Japanese only version of the GameCube that could play DVDs.
Was that? Oh, it was Panasonic. It was
Panasonic, yeah.
I thought there was a DVD attachment.
No,
that's the HD DVD
for a 360.
For the 360.
Yeah.
They should have learned.
Yeah. But yeah, the PlayStation 2 was one of the first video game systems, if not the first video game systems, that was more than a video game system. It was an essential part of your entertainment lineup. It was like sleek black, so it fit with like your CD player and your VHS deck and things like that.
Yeah, and so Microsoft didn't get it until the Xbox One the Xbox One.
Yeah,
to make it like an entertainment console, and they still didn't really get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
great piece of gaming history. 20 years old today. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's old.
Yeah,
we're old.
We are ancient. My back hurts and everything.
I'm gonna delete this story. I was gonna talk about some Mario 64 mods. There's now a friggin' you can download a ROM for Mario Party 64. It's some guy made Mario Party in all the mini games, or like mini game inspired Mario 64. It's just Mario Party mini games in Mario 64.
Okay,
it looks cool. There's also a Banjo-Kazooie mod. It's just Banjo-Kazooie inside Mario 64.
That I saw.
Yeah. Go look that up on your own time. I'm going to talk about the Final Fantasy VII demo, the remake demo.
Okay. Did you play it?
I did.
Okay.
Talk to me. Let me tell you about my experience with Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. I had an appointment to play it at PAX on Saturday. I played it. It's good. The combat's weird because it's like real-time combat. It's kind of like, what's it called? Kingdom Hearts. So it's real-time turn-based, like you pick your moves and stuff, but it's still real-time. Kind of like a little bit like Knights of the Old Republic kind of too. It's good. It's good. It's okay. But okay, so the demo that they had at PAX was, I think, a year old. I think it was before E3. They made that demo. So it was the same sort of weird, like the frame rate wasn't great in certain aspects. There was only like maybe 4 bad guys before the boss. And then you fight this big boss, and it took a long time, and I just ate potions. I was having a hard time figuring out that I need to block instead of dodge roll, because my instinct was to dodge roll, kind of like in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But really, you have to block. So I thought it was okay. I was like, this is fun enough for me to purchase and try to get more into it as I play, because I want to experience Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
However, when we got home Sunday night, I believe, they decided to release Final Fantasy VII, the remake demo, on the PlayStation Store for free for anybody. And this is a bigger demo. It's a newer demo. It's way better. It's way better made. I don't know why they wouldn't let us capture footage of the demo that's almost a year old. That part is in the new demo that they just released. But it doesn't have the bad guys before the big boss. There's a lot more bad guys to fight. You get less potions. It's not easy. It's not as easy. There was one guy who got a lot of crap on Twitter. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see it.
A guy said that he was like, the combat's too difficult. It doesn't tell you anything. You have to figure it out, and there's a lot of menus and stuff and meters, and it's too confusing and hard to do. And everybody's been giving him crap because the game tells you what to do.
Okay.
As somebody who doesn't normally play games that are like real-time turn-based like this, I'll say that it is a little difficult to wrap your head around, but the game does walk you through it pretty well. The game tells you what to do.
Right.
When I first played it, I didn't see any of the freaking meters. I just kept seeing my menu turn gray every once in a while.
Right.
This playthrough, it was a little better. The health is smaller than your like ability meter. I don't know what it's called.
Got him. I got him.
You got him.
Yeah.
Your health is smaller than your ability meter, like whatever the meter is to do your special attacks.
Yeah.
I think that the health is a little more important. So anyway, my abilities would just turn gray every once in a while. So it's kind of weird. It's a weird game.
Well, it's always been a weird game, but yeah.
Also, I think the new demo is harder than the demo that I played because you get less potions. And it's longer. I didn't play the whole thing. I died at the boss, and I just played it like an hour ago, so I had to stop for the podcast. But it's a better demo. It's way better. What else was I going to say? Would you like to ask me any questions about the demo?
Yeah. So, how long is the demo?
I don't know. I want to say like an hour.
Is it like a part in the beginning of the game or like towards the middle? Well, you never really played Final Fantasy.
I don't know. It feels like it's towards the beginning. I don't think it's the very beginning.
Okay.
Because it kind of throws you into like a mission with the other freaking guy. I don't know. Garrett and 3 other people that I don't think you see ever again.
Okay.
I don't remember those people ever.
So when it goes into combat, is it like older Final Fantasies where there's an overworld where you walk around and then it goes into like a...
No. So, you run into them and they go, hey, stop there. And then you're just fighting them.
Okay.
Like he pulls the sword off his back and then you can slash. Like it doesn't go into a separate mode. It's all real time.
Interesting.
Except when you when you hit the menu, time kind of slows down, so you can choose menu options. What's interesting is there's 3 difficulty settings when you start the demo. The first one is classic, and that is just straight turn-based. I haven't seen anything about it, but it's turn-based, and they say the difficulty is as easy as the easy mode. But there you can pick your moves and just fight, and the camera's fixed and stuff. So it just plays like Final Fantasy. So if you want to play classic Final Fantasy, you just play the classic mode.
Right.
Then there's the easy mode, and then there's the normal mode. I played on normal, and it was actually pretty difficult. So there's the enemies there's like normal dudes with guns. There's dogs, and for some reason the dogs have way more health than the normal dudes. They were like harder to kill. And then there was like a mid boss, and then there was like a big scorpion spider thing. It's kind of fun. Like I've never played a game like that before. It's not really my type of game, but it's kind of fun. It's still a little weird getting used to the combat because it's not real time and it's not turn based. It's like a mix, and like you have to do a lot of DPS. You have to sit there and like mash the button to like hurt people. So it feels a little weird. And playing as Garrett isn't that great. But it's fun, and I'm willing. I might like slap it on easy mode to try to plow through it.
Right.
But it's a fun game. I'm willing to try my best to go through it just for the story, because it's supposed to be one of the best, most iconic stories in gaming.
Yeah.
What do you feel about it? Are you going to play it?
It's definitely a game I actively want to try it out. Like, it's not one of those games where like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it and like never get to it. It's something that I am very actually interested in, and it's something that I do want to experience, like actually experience, because I feel like Final Fantasy VII, like regardless of what you think of it, is a very important game,
right?
And I feel like any way you can experience it, like you should experience it, and if that includes the new way to do it, then so be it. And I want to experience the new way to do it. I just don't know if I'm ever going to have the time to do this again.
Right.
I do pick up my Switch and play it occasionally, but it's like quick, short burst games. Final Fantasy is not that.
No, it's
never
not
has been, never will be. So
that's another thing. Yeah, I got to pick up my PlayStation to play this. So.
Yeah.
But no, it's fun. Like, I'm willing to, like, I'm thinking about it now. Like, I might replay the demo just to get past where I got past before.
Yeah.
There is some weird stuff in the demo. Like, there's one elevator that takes like a year to get up, and there's no reason for it. There's not loading another area. It's getting you from one point in the same area to another. And it's not a long elevator. It's like one story. But you walk in, you press the button, the door closes, you stand there, and then it goes up, and then it stops, and then the door opens, and then you leave. But a part prior to that, you jumped over a subway turnstile. So like, why can't I just jump over the? It's just weird little things like that. Also, there was like one voice line. Oh, he looks at Garrett and he goes, "I should have asked for more money." But the way he says it isn't like fluid with the conversation at all. There's like weird little things, but it's still a beautiful game. The voice acting is pretty good. I think Garrett's a little too stereotypical.
I've heard.
I think they went a little. I mean, that's what he was originally.
Yeah,
but
like,
originally
he didn't have a voice. It was just text.
Yeah, but you could tell.
Yeah,
you could tell what they were doing. And then, they went a little too hard on that, but they should have changed some stuff. I know they want to be faithful to like the dialogue and whatnot, but they maybe there's some like cursing for the sake of cursing.
Yeah.
Oh, Barrett. We keep saying Garrett.
Sorry.
I just
you
listen
tell
to you.
We've never played.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good. I'm excited to play more of it. Real quick. Did we get a donation? Oh, we did. We got donation.
Yeah.
We got Prakash Tiwari with 100, whatever that is, squigglies.
Yes.
That is a squiggly line. Will you tell me what that is?
I'm Googling it now.
Switch Pro in 2021. What do you think about the future of Xbox One X? Got one yesterday. I think it's not looking too great because at the end of the year, we're going to get a friggin' Xbox Series X.
Well, Xbox One X is in a different situation than previous last-gen systems because Microsoft is really pushing the whole play it on Xbox regardless of which system you have.
Correct.
So
the One X will last longer than the original Xbox One.
Right. So this is more along the lines of, I would say, if the Xbox One X is an iPhone 11, then the Series X would be the Pro. Same thing, just one's significantly more powerful.
Here, I would say the One X is the iPhone 10X Max. The highest 10. What's the highest 10?
I think it's the XR Max.
Yeah, whatever. That and the Series X is the regular 11.
Okay.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Because it's the base line of the next generation.
Right. I get it. And that was Indian Rupee.
Oh. How come we didn't know that?
Because I don't think anybody's ever sent us Indian rupees before.
Really?
They sent us ruples.
Oh, ruples. I always call everything ruples.
Yeah.
Hollow Souls with 2 hard American dollars. says, "Do you think we'll see more From Software games?" Absolutely. No.
From
Never
Software is
again.
done. Over.
Never again.
Forget it. You'll never see anything
Will
more
said
again.
it. That means it's true.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll see them on Switch.
I think we're gonna get a weird one. I think we're gonna get a weird, like, licensed From Software game.
Do they do licensed games?
No, but they will. I think they're gonna do a weird one. I think we're gonna see something like wacky.
Yeah.
Come out of From Software. They're doing Metroid Prime 4.
Imagine.
But no, we're gonna get a Dark Souls 4 at some point.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a Bloodborne 2 because that did so well. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna get a weird, wacky From Software game that we're not expecting. Anyway, I have on here. This is just I'm gonna mention real quick, just a public service announcement. Basically, every Mega Man game on the Switch is on sale right now.
Yes.
Mega Man 11 is half price, so instead of $30, it's $15. It's not that good. Don't buy it. The X Legacy Collection, 110% absolutely buy this. It is also 50% off. Instead of $20, it is $10.
Both of them. The X Legacy Collection 1 and 2.
Ah.
So, yeah. So basically, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2 and regular Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 are all $10 individually.
Yes. Yes. So I would absolutely, out of all of them, if you've never played Mega Man X before, it is one of the greatest games of all time. Get it for $10, and then if you like it, you can play 2, you can play 3, you can play 4.
And if you really like it, you can get the X Legacy Collection 2 and play all the bad ones.
Yes. So I think I was talking to the guys who did 30XX, the Mega Man knockoff roguelike.
Yeah.
They did 20XX, now they're doing 30XX. They're saying it's inspired by Mega Man 4. Is that the first one you play as Zero?
Yeah.
Mega Man X4.
That's the first one that was on original PlayStation, and I know a lot of people really like that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is the first. We have it. I've never played it. I do need to get through all the X games. I'm trying to get through Zero. That's kind of a priority for me. Also, I just purchased Gunvolt Chronicles. Let me see if I can do this. Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X. I'm gonna have to play it. There's also another game, Dragon Marked for Death, that is another Inti Creates game that looks really good. I played a hot minute of it. It's a 4-player co-op game. It's like a Mega Man game, but it's a dungeon crawler, and it's 4 players. So it's pretty cool. And I'm trying to get my friends to play it, but I'm 30 and everyone's busy. Next, you put this here: Star Wars Project Maverick leaked.
Yeah. So recently there was like talk of this thing called Project Luminous, and they revealed what it was. And basically it's a publishing initiative where it's going to be stories in the Star Wars books set in the Star Wars universe 200 years before the Phantom Menace in a time called the High Republic.
Right.
Which is when, like, you know, the Republic's at its height, the Jedi are flourishing, and there's evil afoot. Recently, as in today, on the certain PlayStation accounts were leaking something called Project Maverick, a new Star Wars video game, one that hasn't officially been announced by publisher Electronic Arts, may have been revealed thanks to the data mined PlayStation Store listing. According to the Twitter account PSN Releases, which is run by a bot that monitors Sony's PlayStation Network for new PlayStation 4 game releases and updates, a title called Star Wars Project Maverick is in development. The title was simply uploaded as Maverick, according to the Twitter account, but was paired with artwork that reveals a potential new Star Wars game. That artwork features a lone Imperial Star Destroyer and a fleet of small X-Wing fighters, implying that the project would likely take place around the original Star Wars trilogy era. The setting for that aerial battle appears to be Mustafar, the volcanic planet, Sanctuary of Darth Vader. You had the picture on screen of the Project Maverick.
It looks like the X-Wings are going towards the Star Destroyer.
Yes.
So Maverick, is that the name of a Star Destroyer?
I don't think so. I don't think Maverick is a name of anything in Star Wars specifically.
It implies like a rogue agent or
Correct.
a rogue something.
Yes.
So maybe they're going undercover into the Imperials or something.
Maybe. According to a recent report from Kotaku, publisher Electronic Arts has 2 new Star Wars projects in development, a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, and a smaller, more unusual project at EA Motive. Motive Studios co-developed Battlefront 2 and is working on another untitled Star Wars project.
I'm hoping for some weird Star Wars games because those are the best. Like there used to be so many great Star Wars games, and now like we're just getting. I feel like they're not going weird enough. Like Republic Commando. Like remember that?
Rainbow Six and Star Wars.
Yeah, like
can you imagine if
cool.
this was a stealth game?
Yeah.
Like if this was Splinter Cell in Star Wars, how crazy would that be?
I'd be so down.
Yeah.
It's about time we get a new stealth game.
So the thing is, the fact that it's called Project Maverick is making me think it's similar to Project Luminous in that Luminous, the High Republic, that's a bunch of books set during one time frame telling a basic overall story. So I'm imagining Project Maverick is something similar in the video game landscape. Like it's not necessarily going to be one game. It's going to be a couple of games that sort of tie into a certain time period and a certain overall narrative.
So the thing with the High Republic, which is official, this came from Star Wars themselves.
Yeah.
I have it on screen. This is a new time period that they're exploring.
Yes.
And they're going to have, they're starting off with books and comic books about this time period, and then they're going to make more stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Supposedly, if it's successful. I'm getting prequel vibes at a High Republic.
Well, yeah, it's set before Phantom Menace, of course.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but it kind of, when I learned about it, it kind of made me feel like a little sad because I was like, I get it. Star Wars isn't for me anymore. It's for new people, and like your kid is gonna eat this up.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what this is for. Some of it looks kind of cool. Like the bad guys look kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the Project Maverick looks like it's. They said it looks like it's set in the original trilogy era or somewhere around there. I'm so down. I just hope it's. I'm glad that Fallen Order did really well.
Yeah.
Because now I'm hoping that they get the hint that we need more single player games, and not just some freaking money grabbing multiplayer easy fart out games like Battlefront 2. And I'm glad EA Motive is not working on more Battlefront.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's working on more Battlefront. Although I've heard, take this for what it's worth, but over the years, EA has made Battlefront 2 an actual competitive good game. Mm. There's still microtransactions and crap in it, but it's not as egregious as it was.
I don't know how much I buy that.
Yeah, like I said, take it for what you will, but
all right.
I just thought that was cool that we're getting more Star Wars.
Good. We need more Star Wars games.
Because you know what? No matter what, Star Wars is still cool.
Yes. The last thing I have on here, we'll talk real quick about it.
Yes.
The Batman picture.
Yes.
This is a new set photo that just came out today.
Yes. Director Matt Reeves posted new pictures from the Batman, his Batman movie, and it is the Batmobile.
Yo, and we see his ears, by the
way. There was those leaked set pictures of him on the motorcycle.
Oh, that's true.
And you see his ears. But this is I think this is actually Robert Pattinson in the suit. Before it was the stunt guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but this is the Batmobile for the movie.
I'm getting hard Sean Gordon Murphy vibes with that Batmobile.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of 70s era Batman.
But it's a supercar. It's a muscle car.
Yeah.
This is rad.
Yeah, 70s Batman, Neil Adams Batman drove a muscle car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't have overt fins. It didn't have anything like super
Oh, you're
comic
talking
book-y.
about comic book
Yes.
70s. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was basically a blue car with like a black hood that kind of looked like Batman's silhouette, but it was a freaking Mustang for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, no, this looks like a freaking Mustang or a Charger or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which
it looks amazing. I love this.
I love it because look, as much as I love the Nolan trilogy, I'm happy we're moving away from the tank look.
Yeah.
Because that was good when Nolan did it, but that can't be the default Batman car all the time. Batman has had a wide variety of different types of Batmobiles. He's had sports cars, he's had military vehicles, he's had weird hybrids of the two, he's had luxury sedans, he's had all sorts of things. So I think this is a new, unique take on the same concept that, can be like an iconic car for years to come.
I think they're kind of walking back to like how Batman used to be, like the origins of Batman.
Yeah.
We're getting, I mean, he's still got kind of that like militaristic look about him, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they walked it back a lot more than they did in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
It looks a lot more traditional, and
Yeah.
the car is freaking. I'm in love with this car. I think it's
it's
cool.
I can't wait to get the Hot Wheels of this. And
it doesn't even look like Batty. Like the tail end of it kind of
does.
does.
It has fins and it has like the fire jet engine in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure like when we see it like in the movie, it will look and feel like a Batmobile. But I just think this is really, really cool.
I wonder if Sean Murphy had anything to do with this, because
I don't know.
I'm getting that, and the Batsuit a little bit too.
Yeah, the Batsuit. I mean, the Batsuit's like cobbled together from like Sean Murphy, Lee Bermejo, slight Bob Kane vibes in there too. Yeah.
Well, he's dead, so he's not working on it.
Right. Also, he's a fraud. So
yeah, he didn't actually do any of the art.
Yeah.
But no, I this is gonna be awesome. I'm super down for this.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay. Tweet of the week time.
Tweet of the week. Tweet of the week. Tweet of the week.
There's two here.
I put one in there real quick.
So the one I put in here, I actually put in a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It is by Kivan Bay, who says, dog people always act like dogs are so much better than cats, but as a cat person, I just want to say that you never see cats working with the cops.
And good. He follows that up with a subtweet of Grumpy Cat superimposed on Hannibal Buress saying, "Why you booing me? I'm right."
That's your favorite.
That is my favorite. I use that for everything.
All right, now what's yours here?
All right. So mine is from. Hold on, let it load.
Best Cardijarians.
Yeah, it's from TikTok, but it's good.
I think I've seen this. I'm just gonna play it.
All right.
Yes, I have seen this.
Hello there.
Worth it.
All right, so for podcast listeners, it's a bunch of guys at a Walmart. One guy jumps out with a lightsaber and goes, "Hello there," and then it pans to
two guys
on top of each other with a million lightsabers.
Saying General Kenobi, like General Grievous.
Yeah, just wildly flinging them around. The worst part about this is that the guy on the bottom is wearing flip flops and socks.
Yeah,
don't like it anymore.
I don't care. I laugh every time I see a "Hello there, General Kenobi."
I will
meme.
say that is not the original meme for that. There was another one on TikTok that I saw.
Yeah, that's just the one that my good buddy Mafela sent me. But yeah, say what you will about the prequels, they got some really good memes.
Yes. All right, I have to pee.
Okay.
Do you have the Discord open?
Yes. Let me just close some windows down because otherwise I need to stop using Chrome because it just hogs up all my RAM.
I use Chrome. I don't care.
I know.
I'm having a good time.
But yeah, I got it open. We'll do last week's first.
You got to do the whole spiel. Now is when we talk to you people, and I'm going to leave right now.
As always, you can reach us on Twitter using the hashtag Wulff Den Live. If you left a comment on last week's Wulff Den Live, this is the part of the show where we will finally answer you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen watching us at home, please start leaving your questions and comments, so we will get to them when we are done with everybody else. And I guess Bob is still peeing. So, using the hashtag Wulff Den Live, Muhammad Hader, what helps the channel more if I watch the videos with the most views or the least views? We'll wait for Bob to come back for that. I'd imagine if you watch a video with more views, because it's already popular in the algorithm. So it just keeps it, in people's rotation more. But then again, I could always use views, so you can watch some of my lower viewed stuff. So there's that. Shepherd Boy over on Twitter. So the question is, should I bother getting a Pro Controller or give up on Nintendo? I've been a long-time Nintendo fan, and I'm starting to think they're just not that good of a company anymore. Much rather spend my money on working products and better games. Well, I mean, the games are still good. The games don't really have anything to do with the controller itself. If you don't want to get a Pro Controller, just get an 8-bit 2 controller. Those work just as well. I know a lot of people have problems with the Pro Controller, especially the D-pad, but pound for pound, it is still a great controller to use for the Switch. The two biggest knocks against it are the D-pad and the fact that it's really expensive for a controller. It should not be that expensive for any controller, but because they cram so much crap into it, the motion controls, the HD, it doesn't have HD Rumble. NFC chip. Well, welcome back.
I'm back.
Okay. Muhammad Hader asked on Twitter, what helps the channel more if I watch the video with the most views or the least views?
I'm going to say the least.
Okay, because I said the opposite.
I don't know. I mean, as long as you're watching the videos, it's all that matters.
Watch as many videos as possible.
I mean, we need people to watch the ones with the least amount of views.
Yes.
We need people to bring that up. But I guess that's a hard question.
Yeah.
Because it's better if people kind of dogpile on a video, but we need people to watch the ones with the least views. So I'd say overall, helping the channel, watch the ones with the least views. The problem is it's hard to watch the ones with the least views because YouTube won't show them to you.
Yeah.
YouTube will shove down your throat the ones with the most views.
And that's why I said watch those, because they're already in people's, suggested and whatnot. And if you watch those, it'll just keep the videos in rotation, and hopefully that keeps the channel in people's rotation, and then they eventually want to go back and watch all the other stuff.
Right. And that's reasonable.
Yeah.
But we don't need help with the popular videos. You know what I mean? They're already popular.
Right. No, I understand
we do need help with the not popular ones.
Yeah.
Also, what does help? Liking the video and commenting on the video. If there's a video with not a lot of views, like and comment. And then watch the whole. This is very important for all of the videos, but especially the ones that don't get a lot of views, like my last video. Watch the whole video and then watch another video afterwards. It doesn't even have to be one of our videos. Just watch the whole video and then stay on YouTube and click on the page to go to another video. That helps tremendously. It might even help more than a like. I don't know where we are.
And then Shepherd Boy, I'll just say it again. The question is, should I bother getting a Pro Controller or give up on Nintendo? I've been a long-time Nintendo fan, and I'm starting to think that they're just not that good of a company anymore. Much rather spend my money on working products and better games.
It depends. I mean, it sounds like you don't want one, so don't get one. Not everybody needs one. I know a lot of people who are perfectly fine playing with a Joy-Con grip.
I still don't own one. All my Pro controllers are third party.
Right. So when you sit down on the couch to play a game, well, actually, no, you play in portable mode.
Yeah.
So never mind. You don't count.
Well, when I when I play, because I've had to capture like DC Universe Online and Ultimate Alliance, when I sit down here like to play it, I'll hook up like my PDP provided Wulff Den branded controller.
The wired one.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm playing that like here. Like TV is over there. Like there's not a lot of room, so like, I can stay connected to it.
Right. So yeah, it sounds like you don't want one. So don't get one.
Yeah. If you really want like a pro style controller, get 8-bit do then.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the SN30 Pro Plus. But again, maybe you don't play a lot of 2D games. Maybe you don't need it. And that's perfectly fine. Was that all the Twitter ones?
No, one more. Haru says Bob loves Animal Crossing #winning.
I never said that. I'm excited to play it though. I feel like I still didn't get to experience it.
All right. Last week's
Wulff Den Live on YouTube, we got Ricardo Bruno, who says, 2 of you made unbelievably lot of misinformation and completely wrong statements in this video. What the hell is a reason to talk things which you know nothing about? Okay. What was one of the things that we got wrong?
So if you're
I would like to be informed.
If you're watching this video now and we said something bad or wrong, and you're going to tell us that, please specify.
Yeah. We need to be corrected.
Yes. If you're going to write a broken English comment saying that we said something wrong and we're misinformed, please tell us, please be specific about what we were misinformed about.
Lorenzo, I will say that Fred said that a lot of the comments were saying that we're awful people and we said a lot of dumb things.
What did we even talk about last week?
That's what I said. We talked about the specs of the Xbox Series X.
Okay.
I don't know what we got wrong.
All right.
Probably some teraflop garbage. But also, I think people are being console loyalists.
Feels right.
Lorenzo Cerventi says, guys, VRR is the opposite of what you explained. Is the TV that adapt to the... Why is everybody just doesn't know English? Is the TV that adapt to the frame rate of the console in order to lower screen tearing? I think we corrected it. I think said
so.
It was like something, and then I was like, oh no, it's like this, and then we immediately corrected it.
Yeah, it's very confusing because like this is the first time pretty much ever that in order to get the most out of your system, you need a specific type of TV that doesn't exist yet.
Oh, a variable refresh rate. Oh,
yeah.
I said that he's saying that. So we didn't say this. We didn't. If this is correct, then we didn't get it right. I was saying that it's like G-Sync, where the device will match the monitor's refresh rate. He's saying that it's the opposite. The TV will adapt to the frame rate of the console to lower screen tearing, which doesn't make any sense because most TVs are a lower frame rate than a device like this high-powered console is going to be.
Right.
Like, do you have a 120 hertz refresh rate TV? Probably not.
Probably not. A lot of TVs will max out at 60, and even some of the cheaper ones will have some BS version of like higher frame rate.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. You know what? I don't even buy it. I'm gonna Google it. I don't even believe this person.
I know Polygon just had an article about like the specs needed for TVs if you're gonna play PS5 or Series X stuff. It's more complicated than it needs to be. Playing a video game used to just be plug it into your TV and go. Now you have to do so many different settings to your TV. You have to make sure you have the right TV. It's insane. Like it's becoming. It's like being a PC gamer where you have to make sure everything's calibrated properly. You have to have the right hardware to play the software.
Or you can just get whatever the hell TV you want and just have a fine time.
Yeah,
you won't have the max time, but you will have just a fine time.
I'm gonna have a fine time with my TVs.
According to the PC Gaming Wiki, that's right. There's a wiki.
Yeah, of course.
Variable refresh rate, VRR, sometimes also called dynamic refresh rate, a DRR, also not to be confused with DDR, which is a great game, refers to technologies that enables dynamic refresh rates for monitors, where the refresh rate of the monitor is continuously synced to the output rate of the content being displayed. This avoids any screen tearing, at least in the supported range, while also lowers power consumption as the monitor does not need to refresh at its highest supported rate while displaying content below that. So he was right. Why wouldn't they do it the other way around? Why wouldn't they do the console? Well, I guess they just wanted to be as high powered as possible.
Yeah.
All right. We were corrected.
Yes.
And he actually gave us information. EOS Related says all that power and Madden is still going to be the effing same.
Yeah.
So is
not
FIFA.
Wrong.
DRM Sparkle says, I feel like y'all purposely say dumb and incorrect stuff just so super chats can correct you. Yeah,
oh, no.
We're in
he
it for the
found
money.
us out. He found us out.
We love money. And that's how we get it here. We act dumb. Again, what did we... Was it just the refresh rate thing? Just some guy without a mustache says, it reminds me of the Mac Pro's cheese grater-like design. I guess the top of the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
Is cheese grater-esque.
Uh-huh.
I think it's kind of nice. It's a weird shape, but it's kind of
nice.
All right, that's it. Now we're in the chat with you people.
Yes.
Oh, it is late. We got to power through this. Danaru says, I beat Kirby with Joy-Cons. Now they're just Mario Party shakers. Kirby is not a... I would be bragging about that.
Yeah. Cat Killed Curiosity. What are the chances of earlier Red Dead Redemption games being ported to Switch? Could it handle them?
I don't want to say 0, but I think it's unlikely that Rockstar is going to port.
Yeah, it can handle Red Dead Revolver and the first Red Dead Redemption, but Rockstar is very weird with that game because they never ported the first one to PC or anything else.
And that's something that makes me think that they won't do it onto the Switch because not only are they just coy with friggin' porting it anywhere, but I feel like if it's optimized for Xbox 360 and PS3, I think it needs to be They're going to put the PC version on the Switch, and there is no PC version.
Yeah.
Because the PC version would work on low-powered machines, and there is none. So I think that it would be way too hard for them to do and not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could do it, but they're just really, really weird when it comes to that game.
Right.
I would be more surprised, I would more expect Grand Theft Auto 5 to come to the Switch. In fact, I'm surprised they haven't put it on there already.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised too.
Yeah.
Ouija says, was PAX East everything and a bag of potato chips or nah? PAX East was awesome. I had a really great time. PAX East is always my favorite convention to go to. And it keeps topping itself every year. It was great.
If we do it right next year, Toy Fair might be my favorite.
You had a good time at Toy Fair.
I had a very good time at Toy Fair.
It was good. Toy Fair was good. Yeah, we need to... Well, now we know what we're getting into.
I was watching Toy Galaxy is a YouTube channel I follow. They talk about toys. He had the same problem. This was his second year going, and his first year, same problem as us.
Well, next year, let's make some videos for you while we're there.
Yes.
That would be good.
And I'm going to become best friends with Todd McFarlane this time. No one talk about my impression of him. Hyrule Champ, Bob Will, how come Link's Awakening didn't get a mention on the timeline? Also, we need another Duck Hunt.
True, I forgot about Link's Awakening. I just straight up forgot. You know what I did? I went through all of my videos from the past year and took out notable things, and I didn't make a video for when Link's Awakening launched.
Would you consider Link's Awakening, though, like a milestone game for the Switch?
I don't know. Like, it should have been. It was a first-party title, and it sold really well, and it's a really good game. But, it's not as big of a milestone as the other stuff that we mentioned.
Yeah.
But, no, it was great and deserves to be up there. I just straight up forgot. Also, it didn't really shake things up on the Switch, The other games shaked things up.
Mm-hmm.
Super Saiyan 7 says, Bob, I don't remember. How were those everything prison chips for like $15? Do you know about this?
Yeah, I was there with you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they were good.
What are they called?
I think they were called like everything chips or something.
I'm going to go through my Amazon history.
All right, you do that.
I did get them on Amazon, I think.
I had one and I lost it. Where are you?
Well, I needed to meet an Amazon fresh quota.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's free delivery if you have if you spend $50.
Okay.
So I wanted to get paper towel. No, I'm sorry, toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to carry it home. So I was like, I'll just get it delivered. So I added it to my cart, and then I got a bunch of other crap because I needed to fit the $50 quota. And then I got it, and it came to my house, and I realized I never actually ordered the toilet paper. So I did all of that and spent $50 in groceries for absolutely no reason. The chips were called the whole shebang.
That was it.
They're on Amazon for $15. And you know what? Don't spend $15 on it. But if you do, use our Amazon affiliate link.
Yes. Xavier Mayer. Hey, Will, do you only review comic and video game movies or just whatever is contemporary? Well, here we primarily focus on nerd movies, like your comic book movies, your video game movies, stuff like that. If I see a good movie that I want to recommend, I will bring it up here and talk about how great it is, or how bad it is. Like I recently saw the Lion King remake, the live action one. It's fine. It was a wasted $200 million, but it was fine.
Wouldn't you like to just waste $200 million?
I know, right? Just light it on fire. It was better than the Aladdin remake, though. I will give them that. It was like so much better than the Aladdin remake.
Joe Ayert says, thanks for posting the picture of that Lord Conti figure. I've been waiting years to get that one. To get one of those. Is that you?
It might have been me. I'm an Instagram. I do action figure posts on Instagram now.
Instagram.com/Will Wulff Den.
Yes.
Oh no, that was me.
Oh yeah, it was you.
I didn't know that's the name of the guy from Fooly Cooley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the Wulff Den account.
Yeah.
Instagram.com/TheWolfDen because we can't get the URL that's just Wulff Den. I didn't know that was his name. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Do you have anything else you'd like to see over here?
No, I just want to see everybody have a good time.
Same, man.
Yeah.
Same thing. Guys, thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us as always. Wulff Den Live is every single Wednesday night right here at youtube.com/WulffDen at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put it up as an archive version on Thursday for you to watch on demand whenever you want. If you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, you could do that as well. We're also an audio podcast on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher. If you listen to us on any of those platforms, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us because that helps us with placement on those respective stores. Also, if you just want to watch a little bit of Wulff Den Live, maybe you want to send a specific clip over to your buddies, then head on over to Wulff Den Clips, where our good friend Eric Henley takes this week's episode and cuts it down into bite-sized chunks for your viewing pleasure.
One day when I get the drum pad hooked up, I'm going to do one of those like jazz drum sequences to you doing that because I got the rhythm down.
Nice.
After 200 episodes.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't stutter when you do it and I get the exact wording correct. My favorite one of those ever is somebody did jazz drumming to Boonhauer from King of the Hill.
He's very rhythmic
every time.
I should have said this before you did the spiel because now a bunch of people probably clicked off, but I'm going to be severely limiting the amount of Twitch streams that I do and gameplay streams. No more Sunday streams. I'm calling it now. I've been saying I'm going to do it now. I've been saying it for a while that I'm going to do an announcement. But I'm not doing the Sunday streams anymore because I go home and see the family.
Hey.
And it's too much of a pain in the ass to have to rush back to do a freaking stream.
Yeah.
Also, they don't do that. They probably hurt the channel more than they help. So I'm still going to stream on Twitch, new games and whenever the hell I feel like it. But I'm going to try to focus on making more videos and spending more time on videos because that is the bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where my time should be. Also, I need to be less stressed because of my eczema. Thank you all for being here. And we'll see y'all later. Maybe on twitch.tv/Wulff Den. You'll never know. Oh, there's going to be a new video probably Thursday or Friday. Goodbye.
Bye.